Feel free. No.
Oh.
No. It would have been awesome if it was. Let's see what it is.
You never know, because there's one of those.
There's one of those every day.
That was just well played by AJ and Tyler by getting chicken stuck in my head. And then the last thing I could just throw out was mini donuts, and I didn't want to say that out loud.
National Corn Dog Day in 2023 was March 18th. Let's just assume it's that every day or every year. I don't know.
Nice. I expect many, many tweets from the Rubes.
Well, next year it says it's March 16th. I guess they celebrate it in March.
All right. Again.
National Corn Dog Day.
Please don't let me forget that.
We're not going to.
No, they won't.
Yep.
All right. Rough week for you. You missed corn dogs on the old initial semifinal.
Yeah, that would have mattered.
Wednesday, that would have mattered.
Yeah,
you had a 0
mattered.
in the Charch Challenge last week, and you had the
Rough
first
one.
pick with Deebo Samuel. We were all surprised you took him, and now, in hindsight, all thrilled that you did.
Not every week's going to be your week.
No.
So, when you have a bad week, you go buy a dog.
I saw that. You have a third dog now. The dog's adorable.
Yeah.
His name is Rocco. Where'd you get him?
We got him from Warrior Dogs. He's awesome. He's from Alabama. He's from
Alabama.
He was found on the side of the highway.
Oh my God.
Rocco. He was hairy for a couple of weeks. What they named him, but Gianna decided very quickly that he looked much more like a Rocco. Mm-hmm. And he's just an awesome dog. He's almost a year. His birthday's he's coming up here on the 12th. He's 11 months old, and just for anybody to know, if anyone's out there looking for maybe a dog and maybe wants Rocco's brother Henry is still on Warrior Dog, and he's a brown dog, a little more brown and white than brown. If that makes any sense?
Sure.
So Warrior Dogs, it's our third different organization from Rescue Dogs. We love our rescue dogs, and the parishes, and Rocco is fit right in.
Nice
awesome,
job,
man.
dude.
Thank
Got a
you.
lot
You
of
know
dogs.
who's the rescue dog at the Power Trip Morning Show?
Charch?
Charch. Hi, Charch.
Oh.
Good morning. If anybody needs one or two rescues, I've got two in my house you can have.
Yeah, man, that's the best, dude. The love you get from a doggy who didn't have a home,
The
give him a
best.
home, it's just the best.
The
Love it,
best.
love it, love it. Good job.
My dogs are so unappreciative.
Yep.
Spoiled bastard.
Yes, exactly. Malcontents. Yes.
Where is the Friday football feast today, 9 to noon?
Monticello. So we will have done a pretty good job hitting the northwest quadrant. Although we haven't done Elk River yet, but so we're back to Monticello. Typically, Monticello's about our biggest draw of the year. So we'll see if that holds up. Yeah.
All right, that's 9 to noon, Buffalo Wild Wings, Monticello. Talking about Chiefs, Vikings, 325 right here on the Fan. On Sunday. We're going to get into the Charch Challenge in a second, but give us your quick take on what the Vikings have to do. As the line, by the way, continues to fall, right? The Chiefs opened as 6.5-point favorites. Now they're just 3.5-point favorites without significant injury news, right? That's normally how a line moves that much. But there's no injury really news, and the money keeps coming in on the Vikes.
Well, no, I mean, I guess I think the obvious angle here is the bettors want to move to the better quarterback. Kirk Cousins better than Patrick Mahomes in completion percentage.
Yes.
He's better than Mahomes in passing yards per game. Better than Mahomes in touchdowns thrown per game. He's tied in picks, but we really know that Kirk has had 3 of his 4 picks have been deflections off of his receivers. So we'll just have the 1 pick 6 on Kirk.
That was
so that's better. Yeah. Better in deep ball completions and better in passer rating. So I think people just want to back the better quarterback. So they're going with Kirk Cousins.
So you think they can do this? You think they can win on Sunday?
I do.
Let's go.
Can win.
Love it.
I mean,
I love
obviously can win. I think it's be a tight game, probably pretty high scoring. Vikings defense has been way better the last couple of weeks. Running game's been better. Yeah.
What's our total at right now?
52.5.
It's the highest of the weekend, I think.
That's
It's a greasy number.
That is greasy.
And again, Garrett Bradbury, full participant in practice yesterday. So we'll probably
that's what's
see him
moving the
Sunday.
needle right there.
He plays for the Vikings, Parrish.
He does
Thank
play for the
you.
Vikings.
All right.
All right,
That'd be
Charch.
cool.
Last week, Hawk got a monster game out of Stephon Diggs. I believe you had the, fifth pick, Chris? I think he was fifth.
Yeah, fifth, yeah.
And Diggs was still on the board and got 30 points for Chris. That catapults him into second place. But through 4 weeks of the 15 of the Charch Challenge. Sauce is in the lead with 74. Hawk now in second with 66. I'm in third with 59. Parrish has 52. John Kriesel is the ghost this year and is immune, but has just 27 points. We love that Jamar Chase pick last week. And on a historically bad streak again, 19 points for Zach Halverson. Zach just can't, and almost had a 0. He had Devontae Adams and an injured Devontae Adams who left the game. If he hadn't come back, Zach, you got 5 or 6 just garbage points at the end.
Yeah, man, if he doesn't come back, I lose by way more this year.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the right answer.
At least 7 points.
So locations on the old Charch Challenge map so far, Los Angeles, Philly, and Tampa, because those are the 3 teams the Vikings have lost to. Again, at the end of the year, whoever loses to the Ghost spins a wheel twice, whatever 2 cities. What's the word I was looking for? Show up, I guess, for that competitor. Those cities have to be flown to and then driven between the 2 and then flown back from. So theoretically, you might have to pay for a one-way ticket to Tampa and then drive all the way to Los Angeles and then fly back from L.A. On your own dime, by yourself, no friends, no spouses, no family members, solo trip. Solo. At your own expense. Charch, who are the 6 options this week?
Our theme this week are tight ends who haven't gotten to third base with Taylor Swift.
Oh,
Brilliant.
okay.
We begin with Detroit tight end Sam Laporta hosting Carolina. Laporta has the second most targets, receptions, and yards for Detroit. No fewer than 5 targets or 39 yards in any game. Carolina has allowed at least 30 receiving yards to 3 tight ends, but none have seen more than 4 receptions, 45 yards, or scored. Next, it's Philadelphia tight end Dallas Goedert at the Rams, which, that Rams home field's barely home field advantage. There'll probably be a lot more green there than there will be anything for the Rams. Goddard's averaging 6 targets and over 4 receptions over the past 3 games, but mostly short catches, so he hasn't topped 41 yards yet, a mark he eclipsed in 2/3 of his games last year. Fortunately, the Rams allow the 3rd most yards per reception to tight ends, and the Rams allowed 107 yards and 2 scores to the Colts tight ends just last week. Next, San Francisco tight end George Kittle takes on Dallas, and that is a home game, hosts Dallas. In 3 of 4 games, the Cowboys have allowed over 50 yards and at least 5 receptions to tight ends. Obviously, Kittle's a very good tight end, but he's got to share the ball with Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk, but maybe not Deebo Samuel, who's dealing with knee and rib injuries.
Week too late.
Oh.
Week too late, he says bitterly. Arizona tight end Zach Ertz hosting Cincinnati. The Bengals have allowed at least 5 receptions to tight ends every week, the 9th most overall, and they've allowed a touchdown in 3 of the last 4 weeks, 3 of the 4 weeks of the season, 2 at the tight end position. And among all tight ends, Ertz is 2nd in targets and 4th in receptions. Next, Baltimore tight end Mark Andrews is at Pittsburgh. After 2 quiet games, Andrews blew up last week with 2 scores. Pittsburgh has only allowed 11 receptions to tight ends, but they're giving up 10 yards per reception. In Andrews' last 4 performances against the Steelers, he's gone under 50 yards only once. In 2 of those 4 games, he surpassed both 8 receptions and 80 yards. So he's got a good history there. And lastly, Jacksonville tight end Evan Ingram is at Buffalo. Ingram leads the Jaguars in receptions, and he's 2nd in targets and yards. He's providing rare consistency at the tight end position with 8 targets in 3 consecutive games, along with 49 or more yards in every game this season.
That Buffalo game, though, is overseas, correct? At Buffalo's home game overseas.
Yeah, you may be right about that.
That's right. It's Jacksonville. So yeah,
Thank you.
That's right.
Yep.
Well said.
Thank you.
Can I ask you a question for a listener who just texted me?
Brilliant.
Who does Dallas Goedert play for?
Philadelphia.
Thank you.
Okay.
Who does Zach Ertz play for?
Arizona.
Oh, did he used to play for Philly?
Yes.
Okay.
He
Thank
did.
you. That's for the listener.
Parrish, Kittle plays for the 49ers.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate
That's a
that.
kind
one.
listener to ask you that
By the way,
question.
Yeah, there was.
And
Incredible.
Parrish also. The 49ers are from San Francisco. Your 6 options are Laporta, Goddard, Kittle, Ertz, Andrews, and Ingram. Zach has a little wheel that he's going to spin. This is randomized this year. We're not just rotating orders. It's a different order
Come
every
on,
week. Ready, Zacho?
Zacko.
Spin the old wheel. The first pick in week 5
Come on.
goes to, looks like Kriesel. Kriesel goes number 1. The ghost gets to go first.
I'm gonna go Zach Ertz.
Zach Ertz goes 1.
Interesting.
Interesting.
My
It
number
is.
5 ranked tight end.
This has been a great year for me.
Oh my God! Thank God that was the one I had circled too. If I was going to go. First.
Okay, Zach Ertz off the board. He goes to the ghost. Number 5 on Charch's ranking. Pick number 2. Zacho is spinning the wheel.
Great
Pick
song,
number 2
Thank you.
goes to, that looks like Hawk.
Yeah, Hawks
It's
Daddy.
all over Hawk
Allen,
Daddy.
Hawk goes
You know what?
second.
With every tight end on this board, except for the last guy who I don't know who he is, I can make an argument to take everybody on here. So this is kind of hard to me. I wish I had a later pick, but it don't matter.
It don't matter.
It don't matter. Man, oh man.
I feel your pain. I hate pain.
You know what? Just because I know he's got a lot of time, I'm going to go with George Kittle.
George Kittle.
My number 2 ranked tight end
Okay,
this
good.
weekend.
Nice
Good.
pick,
Okay,
Hawks
good.
Daddy.
Hawk
Good.
Daddy,
Okay, good.
attaboy.
Okay,
Good guys.
Okay, good guys.
Anybody
Good
but
guys.
Cory.
Goes to the ghost.
The
Kittle
Lord hates
goes
Cory.
to Hawk. Pick number 3 goes to, that looks like Sauce. Sauce goes 3rd.
Mark Andrews.
That's who I would have taken to.
Yeah.
I know it's the
That's
obvious.
my number 1 choice
That was
this
the only
week.
name I knew.
Yep. Harry, who are
Dang
you
it.
thinking? You probably know a Mark Andrews.
All right, Sauce is in first, and he gets Charch's number 1 pick, Mark
Thanks,
Andrews.
Charch. Love you.
Pick number 4.
Thanks,
Goes.
Sauce.
2. This is just
Anybody
I
but
just,
Cory.
it's Parrish. No, it's Zacho.
Oh,
Zacho.
rigged.
Zacho by an inch. Zach.
I'm going to go with Dallas Goddard.
My number 3 ranked tight end.
All right,
Good choice, Zach.
I don't like
Would
the
ya?
way this is going.
All right, well, I know who I want out of the last 2, so let's see if it goes my way or Parrish's way. The
Anybody
fifth
but
pick
have you had the
goes-
5th or last pick every time?
Yeah,
Every
and I have
time,
the
yeah.
last pick again because Parrish gets to go.
I didn't want this one.
I'm going to write down who I would have wanted anyways just to see.
Got a coin? I've never heard of either one of these guys.
So you have Sam Laporta or Evan Ingram.
I'll go
Correct.
Laporta.
That's who I was going to take too.
That's the right pick.
All right.
I think you made the right call. Number 4 ranked tight end.
Oh, boy.
All right, Mark.
Evan Ingram.
I'm back.
All right.
Hey.
So where'd you have the last 2, Charch? Laporta and Ingram?
Evan Ingram was last.
Okay.
Hey, Charch.
And, yeah,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
no, sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Tell me what happened in the NFL last night and why I don't know anything about football. How did the Bears beat the hell out of the Commanders?
Yeah, I didn't really expect it to go down that way, but the Bears did play 3 quarters of good football last week, and then they rolled in and they played the same kind of football last week. They've opened up the game plan a little bit for Fields, who's getting him more running, which I think has helped.
Yeah.
And they did it, by the way, down 3. All 3 of their starting running backs were out. They had to play their fullback for half of the game as the running back, and it didn't seem to slow them down much. Washington couldn't get a lot of pressure on against a terrible offensive line, and Justin Fields just sat back there and delivered deep passes, and they all connected. So, yeah, that was a lot of it. It was a good game for Chicago. They came out hot, and they were able to continue it, unlike last week. And maybe that's for the best. You're kind of sneaky rooting for Chicago to have some wins because they got those 2 draft picks that could have the effect. Could be the first 2 picks in the draft, and we don't want that.
Yeah, fair. And, if you had never really followed football, last night I thought Justin Fields and Sam Howell both passed the eye test, right? It looked like
Agreed.
they both could sling it. So I know Howell has a lot of potential, but a lot of unproven hype around him. But Fields is getting slammed, saying he's basically playing for his job. Eberflus coaching for his job. But I thought he looked like an absolute beast last night. I mean,
Yeah.
DJ
And this-
Moore
and
is
this-
a monster. DJ Moore was ridiculous.
Yeah, he was great. And they finally started throwing to him. That was the other part is they weren't throwing to him, which was dumb. And they weren't doing the things that Justin Fields does really well that make him special are running the ball and throwing deep passes because he's got the big arm. And they finally put together a game plan that let him do those 2 things. It's taken 5 weeks, and I think he's going to keep doing that going forward.
Guillotine leagues.
All my player rankings available for free for this week if you're looking for help setting your lineup, and you can still join a brand new Guillotine League. 14 weeks left. So
Charcho, the beauty of
get into a league and lots of time to play.
the beauty of a guillotine league is if you woke up this morning, maybe you went to sleep at halftime and you had DJ Moore. That's the beauty of a guillotine league. Because you're like, all right, well, unless I completely fall apart, I'm probably good for the week.
Yeah, that does feel good. When you get that huge game on Thursday and know that you're pretty much safe and you don't have the Guillotine League sweat coming on Sunday and Monday, that's a big relief. That's a big relief.
All right, Monticello, B-Dubs, 9 to noon, the Friday Football Feast, PA, Charch and Company. Have fun in Monticello, Charch.
See you, Charch. Bye, Charch.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
Thanks,
Goodbye.
Charch.
There he goes.
Yeah, what is up with the wheel? We've done it 5 times.
Well, the Lord hates you.
I've had the 5th pick once, and I've been last every other time. Are you rigging this, Zachary?
Corey,
it looks like you're rigging
You
it.
want me to?
It looks like you're rigging it in your favor. Because so far this year,
You're killing it.
everything's going your way.
Somebody did comment rigged on here, and I'm like, I'm the one
kinda
who
slid
does the
just-
wheel.
Yeah.
Ertz is going to have a big game.
Be honest.
Yeah, be honest. You can
Ertz is
still
gonna
rig
have a
the
big
wheel
game.
and make terrible picks.
Corey, I was honestly hoping I got the last picks. I did not know either one of those
Well,
two names.
I was going to take Sam
because then I
Laporta,
was-
so I thought you did the right
All right.
thing.
Landed on heads, if you were
Before
wondering.
we go to break, are we going to break?
Not yet. We got
Okay.
about 4 minutes.
Did you have something big to say?
Well, you just got to give away. So.
Oh, what are you giving away?
Give it away.
Great point.
Give it away.
Is it something nice?
Your love?
Do you like
Oh.
the initials game?
Yes.
Do you like watching it live?
No.
Oh,
I wouldn't know.
Don't care.
Would you want to come here next week?
Whoa,
I'm going to be.
whoa.
Oh,
Why are
Jesus.
you
Down,
bugging
boy,
your belly?
down.
I'm going to be here next week for the
You're gonna be
championship
what?
game. I'm going to be here
Oh.
next week for the championship between AJ Nordo and one of the 3 of you. You 2 or Gerdsey.
Well, I'm going to go
Yeah.
hop over to where Hawk is over there.
Whoa.
And I'm going to take the 11th caller at 1-800-320-5326. And that winner is going to come here next week and watch the game in the KFAN press box, the championship.
Great point.
Do you believe they will be watching you or Chris or Gerdsey?
They'll probably be watching Guardsy.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Oh, you're all right. You're both
I love
going
Hawk,
with
and I
Gerdsey.
think it's going to be a good 2-horse race over there. But
2 whores. Don't make him race.
actually, if that's the case, then I'm going Hawk all the way.
Yeah, Hawk in 12.
All right, we'll do the news in a second. Chris will run you through that. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
KFAN Total Traffic.
From the Quick Trip Traffic Center, here's a look at the roads. Traffic volume is